Yeah? Okay, everybody stand up. We're going to start singing.
All right, everybody, please watch closely.
Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. When it feels like hope is gone, be strong, be strong. I will keep on keeping on and be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. When I'm feeling hurt and pain, be strong, be strong. You restore my joy again. I'll be strong in you, Lord. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Break it down now. Come on, everybody, time to get strong through the power of God. We'll carry on. Come on, everybody, time to get strong through the power of God. We'll carry on. If you can't whistle this song, be strong, be strong. Just hum or clap and stomp along and be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power.
All right, so we're going to try that again. So I want everybody to stand up. But here's the kicker. Everybody turn this direction. So you're going to have to rely on your memory as well as maybe Emily and possibly myself, depending on how, bad we are. So everybody ready again? All right, Maestro.
Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. When it feels like hope is gone, be strong, be strong. I will keep on keeping on and be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. When I'm feeling hurt and pain, be strong, be strong. You restore my joy again.
I'm so happy you're here at North Castle. Sorry about my voice yesterday. My nose was a little stuffed. You'd think when you're an ice dragon you would be used to the cold. Well, each time we've met, we've found a piece of the great armor. We've been looking through the king's book to find clues about where to find each piece of armor. I can't wait to see what you discover this time. You'll be glad to hear that I have taken the time to dust the king's book. I have it back in my cave. I was going to tell Armor and Mills where it was, but it looks like I'm the only one here. Why don't you all join the royal musicians while I go and look for Armorer?
All right, so we're going to try it again. So this time you're going to look at us again. That way. All right, Maestro.
Of North Castle. I'm so glad you're here. It looks like we've already heard from the royal musicians. Aren't they fantastic? Well, so far you've all been very successful on your quests. You found the belt of truth, the breastplate of justice, the shoes of peace, and the shield of faith. I'm going to look through the King's Book to try to learn about our quest. Have you seen it? It should be right here. I know I laid it right here. Who? Spanky? Slinky? Sparky? Well, let's go ahead and review our banner verse while we wait for Sparky to return. Do you remember what it is? It's from Ephesians 6:10, and it says, "Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power." Good. Let's say that again. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. You know, we really need that book. I guess I'll go look for Sparky. I'll be right back.
Oh, I couldn't find the armor anywhere, so I brought the King's Book back with me. Have you seen Armorer Mills? You have? Oh, he just left. Which way? Should I stay here or go look? Okay, maybe I should just go and see.
Sparky, are you there? Hey, Sparky.
Here I am.
Oh,
I've been looking for
you. Well, here I am.
I have the King's Book.
Do you have the King's Book?
mm.
Why don't you speak first?
Well, as I told the knights here, I've been so excited about these quests. I can't wait for this adventure. I took the King's Book back with me to dust it off.
So that's where the book went. I thought I had lost it. Well, I have our 5th riddle that I'd like for you to translate for us. Could you tell us what this says?
Oh, hold on. I dropped the book. Give me a second.
Sparky.
Okay.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Let's see. It states, prisoners, earthquakes, and songs of celebration. That's where you'll see the helmet of salvation.
Helmet of salvation. Whoa, this sounds like an exciting quest.
It sure does. Are there stories in the King's Book about prisoners and earthquakes?
There sure are. There are several stories with earthquakes and a lot of stories about prisoners.
What about earthquakes, prisoners, and songs?
Well, that narrows it down a lot. I think a story in Acts, yes, may be the right one. Let's look inside the King's Book and see what we can learn from the royal players.
In the book of Acts, chapter 16, there is a story about 2 men and a prison escape in Macedonia. Well, it wasn't really an escape, but it was action-packed. It all started when Paul and Silas were trying to find a place to pray. They met a girl with a spirit that gave her the ability to predict the future. When she saw Paul and Silas, she began to follow them around everywhere, saying, "These are the guys who are telling you the way of salvation." She said this day after day, after day, after day. Even though Paul is known as being a really big, super awesome apostle, he did what most of us would do. He got really annoyed with the girl. Finally, Paul turned around to her and said, "In the name of Jesus, I command you, spirit, to come out of her." And the spirit left her. When people found out that this girl could not predict the future anymore, they got mad at Paul and Silas and had them thrown into prison. A jailer was assigned specifically to guard Paul and Silas. He put them in a special prison cell and put their feet in stocks. He put their feet in stocks, not socks. You know, between 2 pieces of wood so they can't get away. This normally would cause people to be sad, but not Paul and Silas. Around midnight, they were heard praying and singing hymns to God. The other prisoners really liked the performance and thought that Paul and Silas were really rocking the prison. It turns out, however, that it was actually an earthquake. Everything shook so much that all the doors flew open and all the prisoners' chains became loose. The jailer thought he was going to be in big trouble with his boss, but Paul spoke up. "Hey, no worries. We're all here. No one ran away." The jailer was amazed and asked Paul and Silas what he needed to do to be saved. They told him, "Believe in Jesus, and you and your family will be saved." The jailer was so happy. He took Paul and Silas home and gave them a bath and gave them food. Even though it was way past everyone's bedtime, the jailer and his whole family were wide awake. They believed in God and were baptized right away. They found salvation that night. They became followers of Jesus. And this is just one great story from the King's Book.
Wow. What did you think about that story, Sparky? Sparky, what did you think about that story?
That was awesome! That story had everything. Did it actually happen?
It sure did. The knights out here are going to learn more about it as they search for the helmet of salvation.
Can I go with them? This quest sounds amazing.
I would like to go too, but we need to stay here at North Castle in case the other knights return. What we can do though is get these knights ready for their quest.
What knightly skills do they need to learn this time?
Etiquette.
What?
Etiquette, you know, a proper way to act and behave. One important part of etiquette is how to greet someone of importance with a bow. As a knight, you would typically bow by bending at the waist. Many times, knights would also extend their right leg out behind their body as they hold their arm across their body and bow. So we take our hand, we put it across here, and you can't see it, but I would kick my leg out and we would bow. This is called bowing and scraping. Everyone, stand up, let's try it. So remember, your right arm across your body, and then when you bow, you kick your right leg out behind you. Good job. Do that a couple of times.
You all look very knightly. What does our castle call out for today, Armorer Mills?
It is armor up with salvation. And we all remember armor up, and then with salvation goes like this. So let's all try that together. Armor up with salvation. Great job.
I think they're all ready. I wish we could come on you on your quest to find the helmet of salvation. Sorry about that. When you do unfreeze, our trusty castle guides and station leaders will be there to help you along the way. Enjoy your quest, everyone.
Red, sit down.